We've learned that everything is the Lord's, chapter 1, and that our budget must be a plan of faithful purpose, not a prison of restriction, chapter 2. But for most people, the greatest obstacle to practicing true stewardship isn't a lack of discipline. It's a chain wrapped around their future. It is debt. That feeling in your stomach when the credit card statement arrives. That pit in your gut when the amortization is due. Debt doesn't just reduce your account balance, it reduces your choices, and it reduces your freedom. Today we confront debt not just as a financial problem, but as a theological problem. We ask, can you truly serve the ultimate owner when you are legally obligated to another master? This is chapter 3, Debt, Freedom, and Serving Two Masters, anchored in the challenging truth of Proverbs 22:7.
Let's look at the cornerstone of our discussion on debt, found in Proverbs 22, verse 7. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. The language here is not subtle. It doesn't say the borrower is a client or a customer. It says the borrower is a servant to the lender. Now connect this to our stewardship principle. The owner demands 100% of your allegiance, time, and resources. But when you are a servant to a lender, a portion of your current and future income, a portion of the Lord's resources, is already promised to someone else. Debt is the financial embodiment of trying to serve two masters. It limits the steward's ability to faithfully manage resources for the primary owner. It makes you a slave to interest payments and deadlines.
It's important to acknowledge that not all debt is created equal. We can categorize it into two groups: consuming debt and investing debt. Consuming debt, the chain. This is the dangerous one. Credit cards, high-interest personal loans, loans for items that depreciate or disappear quickly. These are resources borrowed simply to consume today what you don't have, stealing from your future self. And number two, investing debt, the tool. This is debt taken for an asset that has a reasonable chance of appreciating or helping you generate more income, like a manageable mortgage on a home, or a low-interest student loan for a high-value career. This debt can be a managed resource, but it's still a servant's obligation. Our goal as stewards is not necessarily to avoid all debt, but to aggressively eliminate consuming debt and to manage investing debt with the fierce goal of paying it off quickly, minimizing the time you spend as a servant.
How do we break the chain of consuming debt? We apply the most effective, behaviorally sound method, the debt snowball. Step number 1, list all your debts, smallest balance to largest balance, ignoring the interest rate for now. Step number 2, pay the minimum required payment on every debt except the smallest one. And step number 3, attack that smallest debt with everything you can. Once it's paid off, you take the money you are paying on it and roll it into the next smallest debt. That's the snowball effect. This method gives you quick wins and momentum, transforming debt repayment from a burden into a triumphant journey back to freedom, back to full allegiance to the owner.
Freedom of stewardship requires full commitment. It means walking away from the servant to the lender mentality and claiming the status of a faithful manager. Your homework, your commitment. Take 1 hour this week. List out your consuming debts from smallest to largest balance. Don't judge the numbers, just list them. This is the first step in planning your freedom. Once you have that list, you can begin applying the debt snowball immediately using the purpose-driven stewardship flow we discussed in Chapter 2. Next week, we bring it all together as we talk about tithing and generosity, why giving is the ultimate test of the steward's heart, and why it is the key to unlocking true financial joy.
Please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what is the one thing you are most looking forward to buying or doing once your smallest debt is paid off? I'll see you next time.